Hello, dear American Dream Life member. Happy Thursday, coming live, and so excited. And it is an exciting topic. And before we start on our daily topic, let's review what's the community, what's the mission about. Keep reminding of how to grow your beliefs and become united human being. And why it's so important. It's important for you to realize that you came to this world to experience both sides. Many times you holding with your dear life to one side and keep telling yourself and everybody around you that it cannot be done differently, that that's the only way to do certain thing or be certain way. And not realizing that you just bought to that story, and you actually can shift your perspective, you can grow your beliefs and create a different experience, see from a different perspective, open up to the possibility that you can be seeing that differently, that you can shift your reality, that you can, that things actually can start working out for you. And that's what creates that beauty, that's what creates more of the unity within, because now you experience like a full cycle. You experience something that wasn't comfortable, and you start experience something that you absolutely love. So that's the explanation, and trust that it's landing and it makes sense. And I keep been exploring lately on making sure that I'm using the words that landing more, that more connecting to the message that I'm wanted to convey to you, to really create that amazing experience and transformation in your life. So today's topic is how to be proclaimed. Well, the whole word, it seems like a very big thing to proclaim something. It basically means to declare. And like I've been just sharing with you a few minutes ago about the mission and what I want for you to experience, it's that making that declaration, to be proclaimed, to really taking a stand that I'm doing it, I'm being it, and I will have it. And I just reverse the order, and we keep exploring. Actually, many here to start with B, to somehow the topics. So it's not just a fun experience to experience a new P word every week, but also to actually realize that before that P word is B. Uh, Before it's B, and it's not so much, and keep exploring the concept that you get to start with B instead of do, because that's another thing where the limitation is happening from some habits, older habits of approaching a lot of things from the do perspective instead of B. It seems like a simple switch, but when you're doing that for so many years, that doing thing, it's not so easy. It's not so, not feeling, it's our nature, but it doesn't feel so natural to start embodying more of the be, being in a certain state, to be able to do certain things, to have whatever you desire. So that's what the steps are for you to experience, to realize what a difference it can create in your experience, in your life, in your connections with the others, with your relations. When you choosing first the state of being, then you start doing things that are more aligned with that state of being, and then having what you declare to have. So that's around the proclaim, how to be proclaimed, and it's definitely an explanation here, and trust that that it's landing, and feel free to share what's landing with that message or what needs to be more clarified for you. Feel free to post that in the comment section. Also, to somehow embody more of that proclamation for you, to be proclaim, to be declare, because you declare, you came to that word. However, to remind you about it, what can support you with. And I have been sharing with each of those messages around 3 supportive words that can embody more of that P word that we are putting a focus for that week. And those words are grace, forgiveness, and love. So what's grace have to do with the proclamation? You making a declaration, being proclaimed, you get to have a grace around it, to allow to have that to make that declaration. Because, and I will share a little bit of a personal story that possibly will lend that point across a little bit more. But let's just say explain a little bit more with the other 2 words. The second one was forgive, and forgive yourself. And that's another part of that. After you have that grace to forgive, because possibly you thought of making that declaration for some time, and somehow life happened, things happen, and you forgot. Possibly you didn't allow yourself to have that anymore because it didn't work out the first time, for one way or the other reason. Either there was some fear, either somebody told you you cannot do it, no matter what that reason. And to forgive, to for yourself, forgive for others. What happened in the past, it's in the past. And with that forgiveness, creating that space, that that declaration can actually happen, even if it was something that you were declaring and never got around to it now. And now you feel it's a better time, however, or maybe you are ready or maybe not ready, but create that grace, allow, and forgive, because that's what possibly is still holding. It's keep coming back to your mind. But what a lack of that forgiveness can create for you in your experience, that you not allowing yourself and stopping yourself, like, I cannot forgive myself for what happened in the past, or I cannot forgive somebody else, others that told me that I cannot do it, so I cannot do it. Just as simple as that. It's simple, but it might be sitting with you for years and just limiting you in that. And I totally get it. I've been to some experiences like that, that realize after years that because somebody said something, and I didn't even realize for years actually, but it took me years to realize that I somehow was holding myself back because of that. So and the third one is love. Give yourself lots of love. You just allow yourself to have a grace and be proclaimed. You forgive yourself for what happened in the past, and to create that space and love, shower that with love and excitement, that you are declaring whatever you're declaring. If it's for you to declare to that you are amazing, unique human being, when you keep or telling you something else, you can declare something that potentially it was your dream, that you were always thinking about it and never came around it, or stopping yourself, like I was just describing, because somebody told you, maybe parent didn't allow you to do it, didn't believe enough that you can do it, and somehow you gave up on it. So so give yourself love, that you actually doing it, that you embodying more of that, and you doing and you moving moving forward and having your dream to become a reality. So so I promised that I will share a bit of a personal story, and I could share a bunch of them. However, I'm choosing the most current one, and again, it's enlightening that again I'm experiencing based on declaration, proclamation of whatever I will be sharing in the story and living in my life through some experiences. So the declaration that was made actually today, or realizing and going through the process that I just actually experienced, I choose for my birthday to actually gift myself with a voice lesson. I wasn't sure exactly what I'm getting myself into. The person that was mentioning and about it was promoting that actually as the breath work that can be supportive with the breathing. So that's what kind of hooked me on that. And we actually came around to have our session, and that person started asking me some questions around then, because that's what I share, that I'm interested in hearing more during that session, your special techniques, breathing techniques that can support me, that I can have a better quality breath. And I shared that with my husband, and he uh, was like almost ready to laugh at me, like, well, you're paying somebody to tell you how to breathe, I can tell you how to breathe. And then when he was sharing that, I know him enough to not be so much offended, and possibly because of the unity that I experienced in my life and being more connected to myself, that it didn't affect me so much anymore, because before it would more be hurtful to me when he would say something like that, that I'm choosing to do something like that, going through experience, that somebody will teach me how to breathe, like I don't know how. and and then I just went to explain that actually and reveal more, that was actually about a voice class and not so much about the breathing. And then he was like warming up a little bit, but still like, oh, you don't know how to sing, and why do you need that? And I at some point I dropped. I didn't want to create any kind of more, because I made that declaration. I proclaimed that I want to have that experience. So going back to what happened during that session that I had this afternoon, we start working, and the person is asking, yes, you want to experience my breath, have a better experience as a speaker, potentially to be able to project your voice better. And at some point, I think even before the session, there was something mentioned, if you want to sing, and maybe we could work on that as well. And to my surprise, actually, there was something that revealed that I was holding for quite some time, and living again through actually experience of others, experience of my own daughter, where I was signing her up for voice classes, and living through her experience and not allowing myself to have that, because I thought I already grew up, it's not the time for me to learn uh, and get actually lessons in voice. It seems like I did have the voice. I could like sing in the church some songs. I could sing some other songs in school. So there wasn't any reason for me to get some professional lessons in it, other than some music lessons that were in school like anybody else were taking. And it dawned on me actually on that, in that was actually the case, that I wasn't allowing myself. And 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 that was really very revealing. And that declaration, what that declaration that I want to have that experience created for me, that allowance to experience and forgive myself for all those years that I choose not to reach out and not to have that experience, because I felt I cannot have it, and going through some limited thoughts. and loving myself. And that experience was really an amazing one, because with the simple breathing techniques and practices of very unique practice in the vocal cords, created some amazing transformation. And we were practicing that actually on a simple song because of my birthday, and I said it's a birthday gift. I've been practicing every time we had those exercises to just singing happy birthday, and how more powerful it was coming every time after each exercise that we were making. I was surprised myself that how much of that transformation was created with that within about an hour or so. So you can really amaze yourself when when you allow and you be proclaim and you embody more of that and make the declaration, and what transforming experience that can create for you. So I hope it's something that resonates in that story with you, just sharing based on kind of fresh from the press just this afternoon. And so feel free to share what resonates with your message, or potentially what you are wanted to declare, and like I mentioned before, or not declaring for some time because of some limited thoughts, or somebody tells you that you cannot do it, and you choose to give up on it. So feel free to share that, and some logistical stuff here. This live broadcasts are streamed at YouTube and American Dream Live, as well as on in the Facebook group, private Facebook group community. And feel free to comment on in either platform. You welcome to join in the American Dream Facebook group for a more interactive experience when I'm stopping by there on a daily basis. Our YouTube channel is on a weekly basis when those broadcasts comes here. You can subscribe so you receive the notification when the next one is coming, and those notifications usually are ahead of time, at least few hours, if not a day before, to show you which topic and when I will be coming. Usual time is around 4:15. Sometimes due to the schedules changes or something happening, that I would move, and lately the move was usually just to earlier hour on Thursday. And it's been a while since I decided to do in another day because of something, but sometimes that happens. So, but with notification, you will know when it's happening, and you can join live or check the replay later. So that's the logistical stuff. And thank you so much. I really appreciate the when you will be checking on that message, and looking forward to see your comments on it, and sending you lots of love, joy, and peace. Take care.